All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and welcome back to another video where we are trying to learn how to become a software engineer, and in particular, how to become a back-end software engineer. So, we're doing a project to reinforce a lot of those skills and topics and concepts that are required within that realm, software engineering, back end specifically. My background is I'm an electrical engineer, so I have very different skill sets. And so this series is trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I actually become a software engineer? So let's minimize myself and get started. I got some water. Hold up. All right. So, where we last left off, there we go. Where we last left off. Okay. Third time is a charm, right? Where we last left off was, okay, good. I can speak English. I have these companies, okay? Now, I have companies and I have people. Both of these are collections within MongoDB. So I have two collections. I want to be able to connect these two collections together. So I need some way to be able to take this company here and be able to connect it to employees. So I have here employees, and it's a list, and type mongoose schema, object type, reference people. Okay. What does that mean? How does it work? I have no idea. So we're gonna have to go to ChatGPT or Copilot, figure out how does this work, what's going on, how does this actually connect to people, right? And now people have a company. So I'm gonna uncomment this out, and I'm going to say, so we're gonna come here, load this, and then I'm gonna come to company, okay, and do the same thing here. And then I'm gonna come here and then say, I want to connect the two together, right? Meaning I want to be able to have employees belong to a company. How do I do this? And here's the important question. How does it work, right? Because, okay, let's say we get it and we're able to make it work. Well, why does it work? How does it work? Like, that's the entire point of this project, is not to, as I've said so many times in almost every single video that I make, the point is not to make a useful project. The point is not to make an impressive project. The point is to learn those skills, to be able to play with these skills and topics and concepts, okay? So if I get it to work, well, okay, that's great. Like, that indicates that I was able to play with it a little bit. But if I don't actually know how it worked, that's not the point. The point is to learn how it works. This is sparkling water. So I got some sparkling water just now. It's nice. Yeah. And then here's my coffee. I got more coffee too. coffee and sparkling water. Okay. Anyways, let me move myself up here and try to figure things out. So, you're already on the right track. Well, I didn't write that code though. That's one of the problems. You're on the right track. Well, it wasn't quite me. Okay. What you're describing is classic two-way relationship in MongoDB using Mongoose. A company has many employees, and each person belongs to a company. Let's walk through how to make this relationship work in practice. Okay. Understanding the relationship. So, you've already defined in people schema is people company. Okay. I have type. So type, okay, so I have this thing here in people. So this is what it's talking about. So I have this thing in people, and the format of a schema in Mongoose, and I'm kind of articulating this to myself as well while we're going here, is item, like the name of the thing, and then the type. Okay, so the name is people company, and then the type, why do I do an object? Okay. So I'm going to have to go through and figure out why I do an object. That's the first question. But then I have a type. Okay, that makes sense, right? And what type is it? It's not a string. It's not an integer. It is a Mongoose schema. Okay. ID. So it's an ID type. Okay. And then reference company. Awesome. We don't know what that means. We're going to have to investigate it, but okay. All right. This means each person references a single company. Now, in my company schema, okay, company schema. Oh, that's why I have a list. Okay, so employees, this is the name. And what is it? It is a list of these objects, which is also of type ID, Mongoose ID, and it references people. Okay. Now I notice I didn't put like people up here. And in my people one, I didn't put company here. So is that going to cause some kind of conflict? Not sure. So in company schema, am I able to like increase the lights? Hold up a second. Oh. Never mind. Just trying to see if I could get the lights to be a little bit brighter. Maybe I can move here and I don't know. But anyways, I always like, why is this one like little? Can I open it? No, but this one is up. Okay, never mind. I always like just like well lit rooms and natural light and all of that, but okay. Anyways, that was a little bit of a failed attempt. Let's get back to what we were doing. So in company schema, we have employees, and here this means each company can have multiple employees. This is a bidirectional reference using object IDs. Okay, so how to connect them? So you can assign them to a company like this. So when I create a new person, So when I'm creating a new person, I need to actually provide that information, just like company ID. Okay. I'm actually glad now that I'm looking at this. There we go. Okay. Now that I don't know if you guys could see it. I don't know how the screen recording works, but I just turned up the brightness on my computer and now I feel a lot better. But I'm glad that the path that I took in this project, because I initially was thinking that I was going to have all of these as items in my database, and I was trying to connect people and company just straight up. And now I'm realizing, like, okay, well, I ended up doing like almost 10 episodes or 10 videos. I don't know how many I actually did, but like it felt like a long time. I did a ton of videos just trying to understand how do you actually input data into the database, and trying to understand the connection between this name and how that actually gets stored in the database. I would have really been over my head if I was trying to do like adding the people and the company while developing two schema or two collections, then trying to connect them just straight up. I'm glad that I independently developed one, figured out how to add data to it. Then I created a second one, figured out how to add data to that one. Now, when I'm coming here and saying, okay, cool, now I will try to connect them, I kind of understand a little bit more of how these schemas or how these collections are working. Okay. So, oh, interesting. I can do like a push. Okay. So, what I'm going to try to do is I need to find the company ID. Okay. Oh, I forgot. I need to change this back. Here. Okay. There we go. So now, I need some way of like getting the company ID. People routes. So when I add a person, I want to add them to a company. Okay. And it's going to be part of the body. Okay. But then I also want to update the company as well. So now I think I need to import company, right? Import company from, go away. On a network volume? What does that mean? To play us out. What does that mean? I can't read it. There are no words on it. Anyways, what does this mean? I was trying to access files that are stored on a network I don't know what a network volume is. Which is a drive or folder not on your local computer, but instead OneDrive. Don't allow. Go away. models here, company.js. Okay. So now when I do this, I want to actually I want to access. So I save the person, the new person. Then I want to do something to the company. So I do company dot, and then I'm accessing this company schema, and I want to access this employees item, right? Employees dot, and then push. And what are we pushing? This new person's ID. So new person dot, is it underscore ID? Like that. Okay. And then we save company. Okay. So now await company dot save here. Okay. Now we need some way to we need in this body, which comes from here and does submit people, we need some way to get person company. We need some way to link up the company ID with a valid company. So let's get a company first. Okay, I think I know how I'm gonna build, what I want to do is first, I'm not gonna try to build out some complicated thing where I grab the company's ID and then I do, no, I don't want to do that, because I want to do it more modular, so that I'm able to step by step build that out. What I'm thinking about doing is just creating a company, a single company, grabbing that company's ID, and then just manually hard coding that ID as person company, and then trying to first get that connection. Then once I get that connection, then we can do things dynamically. I think that's the way I'm going to try to do it. But first, we actually just want to try to connect things. Okay. All right. So instead of this, I'm going to do let person company equal to, we'll figure that out later. Okay. Maybe, well, this is just not even going to compile. Okay. Person company. How do I want to do this? I need to get the person's company, or I need to get a company's ID, right? Do I even have a company right now? Oh my gosh, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, what should we call this? We're in the Amazon building right now, so let's Amazon. Okay. What's their market cap? It's 57 billion. I don't know. I have no idea what their market cap it is. So, anyways, we have this here. Oh, but I wanted the ID though. Where's ID? Come here. Well, we have ID, or we don't have ID here. If I press delete, it's going to give me the ID that it was. But, okay, so we're going to have to delete it. Here's where that's what it was. That was the ID. But now we just deleted it. So when I create a company, I want to get the ID. So find company, no, submit company. This is where I'm creating an ID. Here, so now I want to do what? So like console.log, okay. And what do I want to log? I want to do new company dot ID. Can I just underscore ID? I have no idea if I can do this. Let's just come here, refresh this, company name Amazon, 53 here, new object ID. Okay, here we go. I'm actually going to just come here. So now this should be in our database. Okay. Now, because every time I do something, NodeMon automatically like saves things, I'm actually just gonna put this as here. Because I don't want to lose that. And now look, it's like way up. I don't even know where it went. So I have this here. Okay. So now this is the ID of a company. And now I want, every time I create a person, I want to put in that person as an employee of Amazon, of a single company. Okay, so now people routes, this is where I'm creating this. No, but I need to pass it in here. Okay, so person company, and is going to be equal to this. Let's see. Okay. Person company here. Person company. That's what we called it, right? Goes into the request body, comes into here, and it's person company, okay? But the type would be a string. It's not a mongoose schema, right? I'm guessing I'm just gonna get an error when I do person we have here, their age is whatever, and then this I don't think matters right now. There was an error, yeah, because it's a reading push. So it's that push statement that we're getting the error, which is here, and it's new person ID, but it's not. Request body there. Oh, I need to refresh this page. Person name. Okay. So now I have that as the person company, okay? Cannot read property of undefined reading push. Okay. So now what's going on? I keep switching cups because I'm going back and forth between the sparkling water and the coffee. Okay. So, fix and rejection. So I'm getting the person company, and then I try to save it here. Okay. Yeah, well, hold on a second. Which company is it, right? Like, I never said which company. Yeah. I'm just pushing to that don't make any sense. Okay. So company here. Company.find1 name. Okay, so this is where we find the specific company that we're trying to do. Okay. I'm just trying to get something that works. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to come here and I am going to say const specific company Amazon, okay, is equal to await, and then I'm going to use this one. Like, this is actually company, small company. It's the entire database dot find one, right? And then what do I want to pass into this is the name of it, I believe. So this is a company schema. So name, little, where'd it go? Here we go. Let's see. Name Amazon. Okay. But it needs to be in like a this. Okay, so now I want to push to this specific company. So specific company Amazon employees push. Okay. Let's come here and try to see what we get. Okay. Internal error, but was it the same error? Company.save is not a function. Okay. Maybe I can do, oh, so we got a different error. So this is a specific company. Specific company.save. Okay. Okay. What does this say? Got it. Okay, okay, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Now I'm going to all companies, all people. I'm going to come here, refresh this. So I think I'm absolutely doing something wrong with, like, this is a string, but it needs to be an actual ID, right? And right now I'm just putting it as a string. So, come on, where is it? Here. I'm just putting it as a string, but actually it needs to be like a mongoose ID or something. So this is getting the document. This is on the actual web page itself. This has nothing, no information of MongoDB. So I need some way of, like, getting MongoDB in here. Ay. Okay, let's go back to Copilot and just read what it was saying. Okay. So the person knows which company they belong to, how to query the relationship. So const person, so I can do find by ID, populate. What does populate do? Get a company and its employees. Oh my gosh. So await company, find by ID, populate employees. What's going on here? So I get the company. Okay, company dot employees for each. So this is a list, right? Like employees is a list. and then for each, and then I just log it. Okay, that makes sense. Trying to figure out how to actually get this to be a mongoose ID. So if this is an object, can I add? I mean, this is a really bad way of doing it. What I was thinking is, can I just like add a field, like called name, and then pass it into this constructor, and then have that be the ID? I don't know. I'm not sure. I feel lost of where I even am right now. What? So I have a company, right? I have that company. This is an object, right? Specific company object, okay? And I take this. What if I go to like company? Like what if so people wasn't working. But what if I come here and now I refresh this, and in this page I want to show like find and delete company. And what if I want to show like here, I don't know if I'm just gonna break it. Employees right here is going to be, so this one, this like open bracket and percent sign. Okay, here we go. Is for code. Okay, but then if I have equals, this is for a variable. Okay. So there we go. Now we put in a variable here. So what variable do we want? We want company dot employees. Okay. Is that right? Is company here, employees, it's lowercase. Okay. Let me just copy and paste it so that we're not having some strange issues. Okay. Okay. So now let me rerun this. Okay. So I have employees and it's here. Oh, man. So did it actually like there's a list, this employees is a list of people IDs. Okay. But if I wanted their name, I would have to like do a find of them. Okay. Okay. So 7A4B, which is different than here. What is this? I don't even know. All right. Think I'm gonna take a little bit of a break right now. And then in my next video, continue to try to figure out how to perform this connection between the two databases. I feel like in this video, I did learn, like, I kind of very vaguely see how I'm gonna do it, but kind of getting the operational aspect of it is there's still a lot that needs to be done. So moving forward, that's how I'm going to be doing this. So in my next video, I am going to go and understand more about how these can be connected. I need to figure out like, okay, from my EJS, how do I actually access a company object, I guess, ID object. Like right now, I'm just putting it in as a string. I know that that's incorrect, but I'm trying to figure out, like, well, where did it even go? Here. Like, okay, well, I know that it's incorrect, but I don't even have access to Mongoose right now. I don't have access to the company. Maybe I can, from here, do I do include? Like, normally I don't include things from a function. That doesn't make any sense. Actually, that's actually a really good question. Okay. Before I do this, here is one of my EJS files. I don't have access to Mongoose. So how can I get the company ID? Yeah, let's see how it says that I should do this. Right to notice the challenge here, since your EJS is rendering in the browser, it doesn't have direct access to Mongoose or your database. Exactly. But don't worry, there's a clean, common solution. So you can create a new API endpoint like company all companies return that returns all companies with the name and ID. Then your EJS can fetch that. I think I see what's going on. Populates a select. This is what I didn't want to do. This is actually what I was because I was thinking, okay, do a drop down menu of like select. Okay. Well, this is a future endeavor. This is a future endeavor. Okay. Let's read it. I don't need. I want to take a little bit of a break. So we create the endpoint. You're dynamically fetching. Okay. All right. That's a future thing. So that's in the next video. We're going to be learning how to do that. I'm a little bit too tired to be tackling it right now. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, relax a little bit, and then move forward. If you are curious about that, if you want to join me on this journey, subscribe to this channel. And we are going to continue to try to learn all of those concepts that are important for back-end software engineering. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the day. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you soon.